Shut up and sit down.
Hey, and welcome to the Freja MMA podcast, where it doesn't matter if you're a casual fan or a championship fighter. Join us in our discussion about the beautiful sport which is mixed martial arts. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Freja MMA podcast. Today we're speaking to Cornelia Holm. Conny Future was in the house. We speak a bit about Oktagon MMA and her upcoming fight against Lucy Pudilova. And we also speak about fighting in different countries, fighting during the Corona time, and her secret rap career. So here's the interview with Conny Future. And here we go. Conny Future is in the house. Cornelia Holm.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm really good. Today's my first day without carbs and salt and stuff, so like the real weight cutting day. So I'm a little tired, but and I just worked out. But
Yeah, that's, I always
uh,
felt like getting fights in the winter kind of thing. It must be so much different to doing it in the summer as well, right?
in what way do you mean?
Like,
Weight cutting?
yeah, I'd say that in the winter is when people want to, or people's bodies crave more food, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Like I've never had any problems. Like as soon as I get a fight, I have no problems not eating or eating only fish and vegetables. Like I don't really care.
Or maybe
Outside
it's just me
of
then.
outside of keto, I can eat way too much than I should. Yeah.
So we'll do a bit of an introduction piece for the people that may not know you. Can we go to the beginning of how you got into MMA?
Uh, we could. And that's like I don't know why I always have like a hard time answering that question because I don't really like. There's a simple answer. There's a simple answer that I started with wrestling, or actually I started with like Japanese jiu-jitsu when I was 8 or 9, 10, somewhere around that. And then I went over to wrestling. I wrestled for 10 years or something, competed a lot, and then I took like a break. But like why I started MMA, I'm not really sure. Like the simple answer is probably that I've always been like strong, physically strong, and I wanted to just like that kind of sport. Like I've never been into team sports. I kind of always wanted, all eyes on me. Um, but yeah, and I also think that if I'm gonna be real honest, I think that MMA was like the coolest thing I could come up with. Like when I started, there wasn't many female MMA fighters, and that's always been like something I was drawn to, doing things that not many people do. Uh, yeah, so I think that was a big part of it. Like it felt like, okay, this is the coolest fucking thing I can do. And then when I started, I felt like this is something I can be really good at. I felt that immediately, and with my wrestling background too, so just was a perfect match, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely sounds like it. I mean, you're 4-2 as a professional right now, but your amateur career. Well, is it the 2016 IMMAF world gold medalist, European gold medalist, Swedish gold medalist, and then another European gold medalist in 2017? Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
So,
I
so,
think I was a 10 fight win streak or something when I went pro. Yeah.
so for someone that kind of started this on a thing of I don't know why I did, you seem to be pretty good at it. So you found the right thing there.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Definitely. I always like loved boxing too. I tried boxing a little bit just to do something else when I was tired of wrestling. And I don't know. I come from a martial arts family. Like all of my dad and his brothers, they all did wrestling. His dad, my grandmother's dad, did wrestling. Even my mother wrestled for a bit. So like everyone did that, and my mom always been a huge fan of fighting. Like I remember when I was a kid, she was up watching like Mike Tyson in the nights, and she loved boxing. She's a huge MMA fan now, of course. So yeah, I don't know. Fighting has just been a thing always in my family, I think.
Well, it seems to be a lot of deep roots of wrestling in Sweden as well. I see a lot of people have that as a background.
Yeah, and at least like back in the days, wrestling was huge. Like I remember, like my dad talked about when he was a kid, it was, wrestling was almost as big as like soccer, like football. It was either wrestling or football, at least in some parts of Sweden. It's not at all like that now. It's pretty sad to see like a lot of wrestling clubs have shut down the last, I don't know, 20 years or so. Before there was like a wrestling club in every tiny little small town in Sweden. There was a wrestling club. So yeah, it's been a big, still pretty big. We're still good in Sweden at wrestling, but yeah.
And now we're seeing these small towns opening up MMA gyms, so that could be a good step to the future, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I think some old farts they blame MMA, but I think it went downhill for wrestling before MMA actually. But yeah, that's really nice to see. MMA is growing a lot everywhere. Yeah.
So the big hot topic right now is December 5th, Oktagon MMA. That's Oktagon with a K. In the Czech Republic, you're going to be fighting on that card against Lucy Pudilova. How did your relationship start with Oktagon MMA, first of all?
So I fought for them once before, and I think my memory is really bad. I don't even remember these kind of things, but I think it was in June last year. And I got that fight on like 3 weeks notice too. It was pretty short, and I fought their top name, Veronica Rodova or something like that. And it was just a great show. Like it's my favorite show I've ever been to. It was really amazing. Like everything about it. I never felt more like a superstar than I did after that fight. It was it was crazy. And I think like in the audience it was something like 15,000 something. So I looked, and that's more than like UFC has when they've been to Stockholm. So it's like big events, really big, and the fans is amazing. Really, really cool place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone could check it out. I think it's up on YouTube. It was a massive stadium, and it really did light a fire under people. Do you know if this event is going to be with public or not then?
No public. Yeah, unfortunately, no public. It's probably going to be great anyway. I think so, but yeah, it sucks. Like it's cool. It's cool when a lot of people are watching you live. It's always so nice. Yeah.
But as you know, it's also a big promotion in that side of the world, around the Czech Republic and around Europe. So you know that people will be tuning in for that as well.
Yes, for sure. For sure they will.
So what's your thoughts on your opponent, Lucy Pudilova? Who's just come out of the UFC. I think she's now had one fight out of the UFC. She has more than double your fights, shall I say? What's your thoughts on her?
I actually I have had her name on. I have a list of names of people that I want to fight for different reasons. And she's been like in the top of that list since she got cut from the UFC. And I don't know, I feel like she's a perfect matchup for me. She's super tough. I know that she hits really hard. Because my friend Lena Landsberg, she fought her twice. So I think I got the name from her. I think Lena told me like 1 year ago, she was like, "Yo, Cornelia, you need to fight this girl, Lucy Pudilova. She would be great for you." But yeah, she's like wild. She has like a wild style. I think it's hard when I watch her fights. It's hard to see what her game really is. Like I can't really tell what her game is. She comes to fight, and she does that really good. Like yeah. So it's gonna be fun, very exciting. I'm hoping for some blood. Like that's the mindset I got before this fight. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get hit really hard. Maybe I will break my nose, and I'm like totally fine with that. It feels it feels pretty great. Like yeah, it's gonna be tough, and but I feel very very confident, very calm, for sure.
It's interesting nonetheless hearing your mindset like that, that you do want to go into a war with someone that you can't really figure out. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of MMA fighters that, you know, a lot of managers or promotions may say that they take easy fights, but for you to actually go in here and be like, this is going to be a really hard fight for me and that I want to challenge myself, it's quite cool to hear from a fight fan that a fighter is like that.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm super confident that I will win. Like it's not like yeah, I can see a lot of ways that I will win, and I can see very few ways that she would win. So I do feel very confident. But I think it's gonna be tough. But yeah, I will win this. Yeah.
So has Lena Landsberg been on the game plan meetings with you? Has she been giving you some pointers there?
She has a little bit. Yeah. But it's been like things that you can see, and it's that she fights very good walking forward. That's one thing. Like she brawls and she's wild and she punches a lot and hard walking forward. But I feel like when she walks backwards, not that much. And I'm a wrestler, I'm a pressure fighter, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pressure her into defeat.
So looking back at your record as well, you obviously represent Sweden, but you've been fighting almost all around the world. Your last fight was even in Abu Dhabi, and fighting in South Africa, and now fighting in the Czech Republic. Do you feel any kind of stress or mental, anything mental for fighting outside of your own backyard, shall I say?
No, definitely not. They are like opposites almost. Like fighting, I've been fighting. Last year I fought twice at home here in Gothenburg, and I feel like that pressure is way worse because you got your family, you got all of your friends, you got like when you're on home soil, it's like you have to win. You have to win. My last fight was also here in Gothenburg, was against like a super young girl. She was like 19 years old. She only had one professional fight. I got her like 5 days before the fight. I think I had like 5, 6 different opponents. And eventually, okay, we got this girl now, and it's it's so close to the fight, so we had to take her. But that's like a nightmare. It's a nightmare fighting someone that you like. I had to beat her, and not only beat her, like I had to finish her. It would have been some way like almost embarrassing not to. So that pressure is way worse.
Yeah.
This is a dream fight. Like I'm away. I'm fighting a really good name. Like there's no real that kind of pressure. I don't really have it. Even though you always have to win. Like you're professional and it's important, of course, but it feels easier, I think, more calm.
Yeah, that's completely understandable, and as well that you are representing Sweden in these different countries and these different promotions, I think is great for Swedish MMA.
Yeah. I hope so.
So here's a little thing that I was also saw when reviewing your previous fights, and that is it seems like you prefer the singlet, so the one piece kind of instead of the shorts and the t-shirt kind of thing. Is that something we're going to see here as well?
Unfortunately not, because I really like that. It's I think it's kind of cool to represent the wrestling side or my wrestling background. But actually they do like they have the clothing for you, so you can only they will print everything. I send my sponsor logos to them, and they do everything for me. And you can only choose between like loose shorts or tight shorts. So, yeah.
So that's something we will be seeing in the future. I mean, as you said, it's something that you like to give a hats off to the wrestling world there.
Yeah. I like it. So you will see it, I think.
Yeah, because I thought it was a bit odd. It's not something that you see every day, so I guess you're kind of making it your thing.
Yeah, I know. I've seen one girl having it. Carla Esparza at UFC, like before the Reebok. She fought in the wrestling singlet a couple times, I think. But that's the only time I've seen it. So yeah, I'm not completely original, but almost.
Well, we got the history lesson there of the singlet. Let's talk about the fight name, Conny Future. Where did that come from? And like, was it a coach or something? And will you be rolling with that for the rest of your career?
No, it was actually like my friend and like former boss at work. I worked at like a supplement store, and she was the like store manager. I don't know why, but we was just joking around with names. Like I didn't have any name. She said like you need a name, and she always called me Connie. It's not everyone now. Everyone calls me Connie, but before it wasn't really a thing. But she called me Connie, and I don't know. I think she came up with it, and I was immediately like, okay, that's super cool. It sounds like like a SoundCloud rapper or something, mixed with I don't know, a Swedish farmer or something. I don't know. I just liked it, so yeah. It stuck, and I think I will stick with it. It's my name now. So
It sounds like something you can make like a comic book over later on in life, kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. Like Connie is such a great name. It's I love it. Connie Future. It's you can change it up a little bit. Like when I was in South Africa, I became Connie Drama after I changed team like the last week. So became Connie Drama. Then I told my coach when I was going to South Africa. I had these dreams of making loads of money. So, and on my way to South Africa, I kept sending him pictures of like super fancy cars. At airports, they always have, I don't know, big expensive cars for some reason in the middle of the airport. So I took picture of everyone I saw, and I hashtagged Connie Paycheck, and I sent it to my coach. So Connie Paycheck is also a future name, maybe. We'll see.
But the Conny brand is just starting.
Yeah. Connie is for sure, and then we can just branch out from that.
So you spoke a bit about it there, South Africa. You was on a show out there called The Fighter with Extreme Fighting Championships, or EFC. What was that like? I mean, I've spoke to, for example, Pani Kianzad about the Tough House, but this must have been. I would say that it would be a lot different it being in South Africa.
Yeah. The biggest difference was that they didn't have any like rules regarding, our phones. We could have phones, laptops. We could walk around outside the house. We could do whatever we wanted. So it was like the best experience. It was really, really cool. South Africa is it's a very cool, interesting country. A lot of not very cool history if you want to check that out. And it was very nice. And yeah, I don't know, good experience for sure. The training was nice, like everything was top notch. We lived in a really cool like top floor apartment, like 2 floors with big windows. We had a view over like I don't know, like a really fantastic like part city, part I don't know, jungle like landscape. It was it's very nice.
Sounds like something you can only get in South Africa. But it sounds good that you did have the kind of technology to be able to get yourself away because I've heard from people that are on shows like Tough and Big Brother, if we're not looking at the MMA world, that it is a bit difficult to be in someone's face all of the time. Did you have that kind of difficulties as well?
No, not really. Like we didn't have any. Like the producers were really happy when I changed teams because something happened, because there was no drama, nothing happened, because we could just walk away, go to the shopping mall, or go where we wanted, and we had people doing our laundry, doing our dishes. Like there was nothing to argue about, really. I know just was just one, like my roommates. That was pretty funny. Like the first day, I picked a girl immediately because I was like, okay, I think this is a smart choice for roommates, because she was older. She was like 36. She was very quiet. So I was like, that's perfect roommate material. But then the first morning, she woke up 5 in the morning, opened up the curtains, like started doing stuff in the room. And I didn't snap because I don't snap at people, but I told her like later on. I think I told her like the next day, because she did the same next day too. So I told her just like, it's not really okay for me that you're doing this. Like if you're gonna wake up, please just quietly go out. Please don't stay in our room. But she got pretty upset. She was a bit drama. And I know she told everyone that I was super mad at her, but I wasn't.
So,
I'm not mad.
so the drama show could have started pretty early there.
Could have. If I was a drama, I'm not really into that. But yeah.
So let's talk a bit more about your fight. Where can people watch it, especially people in Sweden that will probably be watching this as well?
The only place that I know you can watch it is on Oktagon.tv. They're gonna have a pay-per-view at their like websites. So it's Oktagon. Maybe it's Oktagon MMA.tv. I'm not sure, but yeah.
We'll get some links down below. Don't worry, they'll be right next to Conny's Instagram, which you also need to check out.
Yes, of course.
Perfect. So how do you feel like this fight will be going against Lucy Petalova? You obviously said that you are going to be the victor, but how do you see it going? Are you seeing a finish here?
What I've heard, she's like pretty hard to finish. She's like tough, durable. But I still feel like I definitely see me finishing her. I will take her down. She looks. I'm not gonna say she looks easy to take down, because then it will be fucking impossible when I try. But like there's there's a lot of like holes there. I'm gonna take her down, and yeah, hopefully finish her.
Sounds like
otherwise, yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, otherwise just like grind her out for 3 rounds. That's okay with me too.
That sounds like a good plan. So after this as well, are you looking to fight more internationally, or are you looking to do a bit more Swedish shows? Because the rumblings in the grass is that Sweden is, especially Swedish MMA, that was just this huge Superior Challenge event as well. A lot of eyes are on this country for their top stars now.
Yeah, I'd love to fight in Sweden. I'd love to fight anywhere, and that's the thing right now. You can't be picky whatsoever. Like I've been looking for a fight since, when did they start? Like when Brave came to Sweden, we were looking for opponents for me for all 4 events, and we've been searching everywhere. So I mean, I just need to fight. So wherever that will be, I will be very happy with that. It doesn't really matter right now, as long as you get something. Yeah.
Was there difficulties finding you a fight because of the whole Corona thing, if not, how has the Corona pandemic been affecting you and your gym, should I say?
Yeah, I think definitely because of Corona. It's been way harder to find I'm not sure. It's not me that's been talking with fighters, but my guess is that either it's been hard to get them to Sweden, or it's been like maybe this year has made fighters not really ready to take a short notice fight, for example. And that's been like the case for me too. I've been having to work a lot more than I usually do because there's been no other way earning money. So yeah, it's been tough. Our gym has been like fine. I think we had like 2 weeks of lockdown in whenever that was, in March maybe. But then we started training. We trained a lot outside, a lot of like striking. But yeah, as soon as we were allowed to, we started wrestling. So we've been like inside doing full MMA training for most part of the year. Yeah,
Do,
it's been good.
do you feel like a lot of promotions are actually having problems with finding female fights or female fighters because, you know, people say that it is such a male-dominated sport and such, but would you say that there is quite a small pickings of female fighters, especially at your weight class?
I wouldn't say that actually, like, because I've been sending lists of names of opponents that, like, you know, you go into topology, you check the rankings, you see what girls are active at your weight class right now and in the rankings, and there's a lot of girls. So I'm not sure why it's hard to find an opponent. Then it's also like, okay, you don't want to fight someone that only has like 1 or 2 fights, maybe. I'm not sure why it's that hard. Obviously, it's not as many girls as male fighters, but there's still a lot there. Like, I've been looking through those rankings like day in, day out. There's a lot of girls. I just don't know what they're doing.
So will we be seeing this Conny kill list at some point? Will that be posted at some point?
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. Should that be public? I'm not sure.
It sounds like an interesting way to promote yourself for sure. I mean, I know that some fighters will probably be like, "Wait, my name's there," like, or maybe they'll be even more annoyed if their name is not there, kind of thing. So it'll be a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I have a couple names that I like that are kind of not friends to me, but like people I know. But yeah, whatever. Maybe Conny Kill List.
Yeah,
It's good.
it goes well with Conny Drama. I mean, maybe you have to change the Instagram name there.
Exactly.
So we spoke about the Conny kill list and Conny future. Let's talk about Conny rapper, because I've heard that you are a big rap fan and that you can rap.
I tried once, or not once, but like during a period, I tried rapping. I'm not sure why. It's been like 10 years ago. I rapped for like a couple, not years, maybe just 1 year. Like I tried recording some songs with a friend of mine. It didn't turn out that great. I hope no one ever listened to them, even though I did post them. But yeah, and I did like a couple open mics.
Mm-hmm.
But it was actually like the last open mic that just made me, okay, I'm never gonna do this again, because I bombed so hard. And I get embarrassed just thinking about it, but it was fun. Like sometimes I do it still. Like I think it's fun to write like bars and yeah. But I'm not a rapper. I'm not really good at it, I think.
It's just a party trick that you do, though.
Yeah. After, like 10 plus tequila shots, it's yeah.
So we will be seeing you rapping yourself to the Oktagon at any point, like instead of the walkout music.
Like I'm the kind of person that you should never say never, because I'm kind of like up for anything. I'm the one that if you gonna do something crazy and you want someone with you, ask me. I will probably say yes. So it's not probably not, but yeah.
Well, if it happens, we'll be listening in to see if there's any Freja MMA bars in there. So this is usually the time that we want to give our guests the time to say thanks, or to say shine a light to any inspirational people, any sponsors, any family, friends, fans, anything like that. So this will be your time to do that now.
Oh, should I do it in a rap? No, I'm kidding.
That would be great. That would bring the views in. That would bring the hip hop views in.
No, that was definitely a joke. But yeah, first I just want to thank my gym. It's the best gym, the best family, GBG MMA, my coach Joaquin Emberg. For this fight, I'm also bringing a second coach. It's my first fight abroad. Bring a second coach. I'm gonna bring Jimmy Lagerström. It's our head BJJ coach. I'm very happy about that. He's coming with us. And then yeah, all my friends. I have some that's real supportive. They've been there since day one. Been to every fight. I love you guys, and yeah, my family too. That's it, I think. Shout out.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And everyone, if you're gonna be tuning into Oktagon MMA, there'll be a link down in the bottom in the description, or on the top if you're listening to this podcast or anything like that. So make sure to tune in. December 5th, Oktagon MMA, Cornelia Holm versus Lucy Budilova. It'll be a great show for sure. So again, thank you for your time. I know this is super close to the fight and everything. And we'll speak to you very soon. Thanks.
Thank you.